Is China trying to take over the moon? China, Johnny, well, they could well be doing such a thing.
However, the biggest challenge to US space supremacy is not from Russia, it is now from China. Now, Washington is accusing China of trying to take over the moon.
नासार जन वरिष्ठ अधिकारी बिल नेल्सन एभଳି କିଛି ଦାବି କରିଛନ୍ତି। ଏକ ଅନ୍ତର୍ଜାତୀୟ ଗଣମାଧ୍ୟମକୁ ସାକ୍ଷାତକାର ଦେଇ କହିଛନ୍ତି ଯେ
For those of you who are unfamiliar with what's happened as of late, the People's Republic of China have announced that they are moving up their moon base schedule to 2027. That's right, they intend to have a permanent manned presence on the moon in just 5 years.
If they send enough bloody spaceships up there and do this and do all that, and if they happen to set a base up on the moon, I don't reckon they'd let anyone fly over it casually. After all, Johnny, they're a suspicious bunch of bastards that just, the moon would be militarised.
Operation or a long-term base. The Chang'e 4, Chang'e 5, and Chang'e 6 missions, along with Chang'e 7, and the Russian Luna 25, 26, and 27 missions are all intended to establish a future presence on the moon. On top...
Johnny, are you saying if China sends enough rockets up to the moon, that they're entitled to claim it? Is that what you're saying? And anyone who reckons that's not going to happen, Johnny, I reckon they haven't been a student of 10,000 years of human history here. Well, I suppose, yeah, if I... And it seems, Johnny, that a lot of people get all fired up about going to the moon and Mars and all sorts of stuff, but they only get fired up about it if it's the right bloody country doing it.
That I feel these connections will never be broken.
Right now, though, old bonds are being tested by a new struggle for dominance in the Pacific. On one side, an increasingly belligerent China. On the other, scrambling to catch up, the United States and its allies.
But Johnny, the Chinese down here are secretive. They don't like you flying over their bloody country or anything. Imagine what they're going to be like when they're on the moon. Well, I suppose they wouldn't be. There isn't. Yeah, well, that's what they do here. They're not going to change just because they're on the moon or Mars. But Johnny, it just all seems too incredulous, man. They won't be letting anyone have a look what they're doing, I can guarantee. Well, Johnny, you've shown once again that the world is a completely fucked up place. Thanks for your time. Gonna suddenly turn into this open bloody society that come and have a look at everything. They're not gonna do that.
The main thing that I'm interested in is the fact that it's going to be a nuclear-powered research station, and their stated objectives is to have a 1 megawatt nuclear reactor at this station. What the hell do you need that much power for? It's 10 times as powerful as the current reactors being commissioned by NASA, and that's the most powerful reactors that they're...
Yeah, what do they need a bloody big nuclear reactor for? And you listen to me, Johnny. It's my opinion and the opinion of the entire Ask Johnny channel that the Chinese are going to militarise the moon and Mars. Well, yeah, Johnny, we get all fired up about bloody the US or Elon or whatever boldly going out into the universe and colonising the place there, but as long as it's not fucking China. Because China's just as likely to tell the US to go and get fucked.
Important that we keep any Chinese base under observation, otherwise a strategic weapon of unbelievable destructive power could be created on the moon, utilizing technology that is well understood and within...
Weapons? Oh, Jesus.
Don't think for a second that they aren't planning to do it again. And who who knows what they're gonna send next. It's rumored that China has something in the works that is basically an equal to the SpaceX Starship Super Heavy vehicle. Call it just a Starship ripoff if you will, but the fact is, if it works, then that means China is landing a lot more than just remote control cars on the red planet.
I mean, China might be sending out signals to the bloody alien life forms galaxies away, Johnny. They might be sending me out bloody signals, but they'll be in Chinese. And they'll be sending satellites that go on forever out there with bloody Chinese writing on them. So the aliens, or the powers that be out there, they'll bloody find these satellites or hear these messages eventually and say, that's a strange language they speak down there on that shitty little planet. It's got all the blood, goes up and down and sideways, and it's all squiggles and everything, but by Jesus, they must be very sophisticated indeed. So, Johnny, the bloody aliens, when they come down, they mightn't come down and say, take me to your leader. They might say bloody Hu Wang Wikan Hu, which in Chinese, as everybody knows, says, take me to your leader. Well, I suppose, but Johnny, and they might bloody have learnt the Chinese language instead of English. Yeah, you're right. Well, that's what's going to happen if the Chinese just keep expanding. But Johnny, perhaps they're planning some sort of a bloody resort, a holiday resort on the moon. Perhaps that's what they're doing.